games. Welcome once again to Filthy Casuals, a podcast about video games hosted by three very kind and knowledgeable boys. My name is Tommy Dassolo. With me as always...
It's Ben Vanel here, Tommy. It's great to be here the week after our big milestone episode.
Huge.
I'm still coming down, to be honest.
I'm still high.
Really?
Yeah. I haven't been to bed since then.
I'm coming down. You're up high. I wonder where our third co-host is.
Happy medium. Right in the middle.
Okay.
I could go either way.
Yep.
A little up, a little
5
down.
out of 10.
Sure. 5 out of 10 suggests negativity, though.
Yeah, that's true.
I like 7.5.
That implies that I'm like a 0 or a 1 or a 2.
Yeah. But you're probably at about a 5.
Yeah.
I'm about a 7.5. Tommy, you say you're a 10.
10 out of 10, baby. 10 out of 10.
This cunt goes up to 11.
That is true, though. Like, if I saw something had a review that was like 5 out of 10, I would go, that's bad.
Yeah.
But really, it's in the middle, you know?
It's stupid.
It's fine.
Yeah.
We've just been, I think, like, I wonder if people who've only ever looked at movie reviews think the same way. Because video game reviews in particular skew high.
Yes, they do, don't they? Yeah.
Like the difference, I remember like reading old Hyper magazines back in the day. The difference between a 95 and a 91 was enormous. But the difference between like a, 60 and a 12, virtually meaningless because you're not going to touch either of them.
Yes, yeah. Whereas like a movie, 3 out of 5, it's a good solid movie.
Hell yeah.
Depends
60%.
on your taste. It's competently made at least.
Yep.
But if a game got 60%, 66%,
That's why ratings are pointless. Reviews shouldn't have scores because it's reductive. Like you review with a score like a toaster, something that can do something or not.
Right, an objective review.
Yeah. If you can figure out like this lamp is lit this bright, we can put a number on it.
Yes.
It's lumens.
Yeah.
Then you're fine. But like anything that's art, don't give it a score.
Yeah, talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've got a review system in my head that would give an out of 10 rating at the end. And I want to put it into practice rather than talk about it. So I'm going to keep it secret.
Okay.
You're going to patent this when you're done.
Maybe I'll do it. No, because I would have had to prepare, and I haven't. Because it would. I'll write it and put it on a website or something with some game coming
under
up.
a pseudonym, so that so that it's an objective, just a clean slate.
Right.
You don't want people looking at this system going, "Well, I like Adam Knox, and I think everything he's done is just perfect." And so you don't want this rating system to be viewed through those eyes.
Exactly.
Right.
I want to come out there using a pen name,
Yep.
or since it's the digital world, more of a keyboard name.
Okay. If you were going to go with a pen name, maybe Bic?
Yeah.
Bic Johnson?
Stadler. Stifler.
Oh.
What about a review things as Stifler? Yeah, dude. It was. What did he used to say?
He liked to fuck.
He liked pussy.
Yeah.
But I believe hadn't seen one.
Hadn't seen one.
Had none of them? Were they all virgins in American Pie? Was that the point they wanted to fuck before summer?
Yeah, I think they're all.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, I think
did
they're
they have
all
a pact?
virgins, yeah.
Yeah, they wanted to get fucked before uni
Yeah.
or college.
Yes.
In America.
It's funny though that
Jason Biggs.
Stifler sticks out as the horny one in that movie, even though the entire movie is about all of them trying to fuck.
Yeah.
Yes.
But he still registers as the horny one, even though it's just exclusively a horny movie. Except for that one weird scene where the guy nearly shits his pants. They give him...
Oh, is that
Stifler
the
gives
Finch
him
man?
laxative.
Or whatever his name is?
Yeah, the Finch.
Yeah.
The Finch man.
Who ends up fucking Stifler's mum?
No,
Correct.
that's the Shermanator.
No.
Who's-
no,
doesn't the
Shermanator's the weird ginger kid who's
Yeah,
like
with
in it
braces and
very
stuff.
briefly.
Right. The guy with the very thin face you're talking about, with brown hair and like a very thin, tall face.
Yes.
Yes.
Sort of a face of a skyscraper.
Yes.
Thin and tall.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a thing that's set up early in the film where he refuses to take a shit at school.
How many American Pies have they made?
4?
Okay.
Did they make 4?
Oh, no, there's more than 4. There's those shitty
there's all the
spin-offs.
spin-offs.
There's American
Yeah.
Pie Presents. It got like
Yeah.
a national lampoon.
Pie
Yeah.
Presents.
Yeah.
It
The
did.
brand of American Pie really
Yeah.
branching out.
And then it was just unrelated movies that
Yeah.
had like teenagers in them.
But then weirdly enough, isn't Eugene Levy, he sticks around in a bunch of them. He's a real he's crossing the picket line.
Yeah.
All the others have moved on and he's
Yeah.
still like, for some reason, this dad of a guy who is no longer in the town
Yeah.
still has, I guess he's a teacher at the school or something is probably the setup.
Yeah.
But that's brutal for him.
I mean, he's got bills to pay.
Yeah.
He must have had lived pretty large throughout the 80s.
So he's almost like a Professor X figure in the American Pie universe. You know, he's
Yeah,
welcoming
sure.
in
Yeah.
the new generation of horny kids
He's
to
got
his academy.
those psychic powers. American Pie is a film series consisting of 8 sex comedy films.
Ooh, sex comedy films. And what about non-sex comedies? 50.
12 regular comedies.
So there's 1 and 2, and then
So do
is
you
the
wanna-
third one just called The Wedding?
There's American Pie 2, American Pie,
Yes.
American Pie 2,
American Wedding.
American Wedding, American Reunion came out in 2012.
That's right.
right.
I remember that. And that's the core cast back again.
I guess.
I mean,
don't
it would
think I
make sense.
I don't think I ever saw that, but
No,
yeah,
neither.
it was called The Reunion.
Yeah.
And it's just
a bunch of random people.
And then under a separate section on Wikipedia, there's American Pie Presents Band Camp, American Pie Presents The Naked Mile, American Pie Presents Beta House, that's your house, Ben, and American Pie Presents The Book of Love.
Masturbator House.
So there's been nothing since 2012.
That's funny that there's only one title where they explicit, like The Naked Mile. There's only one where they just go, look, let's stop pulling our punches. We got to get to the audience right in the title. We got to let them
Yeah.
know what they're in for. And then the next one, they're like, Beta House.
American Pie Presents One Scene Has Exposed Breasts.
Do you remember American Wedding? I remember that very clearly when it came out here in Australia. It was called American Pie The Wedding.
Yes,
And
do
I remember
that.
thinking, like, give us a little bit of fucking credit. You know, it's just like kind of insulting that, like, you dumb Australians aren't going to get that this is part of the American Pie franchise, which is maybe fair, I guess.
Yeah, I think American Pie The Wedding is a better name than American Wedding because I don't associate the pie as even if it was called Pie Wedding, it would make more sense than American Wedding. You know what I mean?
I don't know about
It's
that.
not the American bit that is sticking in my head from American Pie.
American Wedding could be like an average separate rom-com.
It could be just a drama.
Yeah, yeah.
American
Yeah.
Wedding sounds like it's like American Gothic or something like that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Where
Yeah.
it's like a terrible wedding where everyone's depressed and taking Xanax or whatever.
Yeah. Like Death at a Funeral.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, here's my question. So, of course, in the first one, the title American Pie refers to the infamous scene
Yeah.
where Jason Biggs puts his dick into a pie.
Into
Yes.
an apple pie.
Now, all these other films...
No, a blueberry pie. Sweet blueberry pie. It's a red purple pie.
I think it's apple, isn't it?
I thought because an American pie
Is an apple pie, but I reckon it's not. I'm going to find out. But keep going with your
Well,
thought.
anyway, my point is, I think because from memory, in the second one, there's no pie.
there's no
to be
pie
seen.
fucking no.
So it's kind
I
of
mean, why
weird.
would there be?
Well, I kind of
Yeah.
feel like they could have at least brought if they're gonna have.
It's just a second pie in the house.
Yeah.
He's like, maybe I'll try it again.
yeah, or another character trying it. If American Pie is going to be in the
Character trying
title
it.
of the film,
Sure.
it should be. It should have to be a thing of the form where it's like you can't just have random characters doing whatever you want. You have to at least try and get some kind of pie fucking in there in some way.
Sure.
You know what? They don't even have to fuck it. Just someone eating a pie at some stage.
And they sort of give it a look like remember last year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would kind of appreciate that sort of like aesthetic consistency to the American Pie universe. Now, in the case of American Wedding, see, I would kind of think if they did all have a pie in it, maybe they called it
Yes.
American Wedding because they're like, we can't work out a way to get a pie into this wedding scene. Let's just call it American Wedding.
Yes.
That way we're not going to be on the hook
Yep.
to have a pie
And there's
featured.
definitely a wedding in the movie.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah.
What
Do
were
you
you-
reckon they stopped making the American Pie movies in 2012? Because after that, it was really difficult for them to write a script in the modern era where someone who was frustrated that they hadn't had sex before university didn't end up being a shooter.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I reckon it's the invention of the fleshlight that did them in.
Really?
It's like, well,
No, there's been male masturbators for years. That's what they're called.
Now, you were looking up. We thought it was an apple pie. You were looking up what kind of pie it was, and then you just put your phone down and said nothing, which suggests to me that you found out that you were wrong.
I couldn't find it easily, so I gave up. It literally is not simple to say because like a friend tells him that third base feels like warm apple pie,
Yes.
but that doesn't mean he fucks an apple pie.
you just got to keep reading.
No, because there's no actual.
It comes after that.
No, there's no description of it though. That's from some fucking Huffington Post article. And then even
Why
in the
Huffington Post covering this?
because they've got some shit ass article about Jason Biggs.
Oh, okay, right.
Why would you think? Like,
It's just weird for them to be dipping into a film from 1999.
who gives a shit?
So
can't
the
find it
lineage is
easily.
American Pie, and then we had Superbad. Of course,
Yes.
the lineage begins before American Pie, but
Sure,
in terms
your
of this
meatballs,
conversation.
your
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
animal houses, etc.
And there's one that's in cinemas, I think now, called
Good Boys?
Good Boys or Good Time? No, yeah, Good Boys.
Good Boys, I think, yeah. But
But-
they're like 12, aren't they?
That's what I find. So I keep seeing ads for this at like tram stops and stuff.
Yeah.
They look like they're like 10 years old.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
bizarre.
Yeah, but older people look younger the older you get.
So you think these are 18-year-olds and we're just way off?
Everyone who's 5 years younger than you looks 12.
No, but I think they literally are little kids.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Right, I don't know what this
they
movie
are.
is.
From looking at the trailers and stuff that have come up on social media and whatever, I think that's like the new. But I mean, now I do. Of course, now I sound like an old man because I'm going like, oh, kids are having sex younger and younger.
Yeah.
But it is weird to be marketing a film to adults. I assume it's rated like MA or R or something.
Right.
Sure.
And it's like, yeah, that's what I want to do as an adult. Go and watch these young prepubescent kids trying to fuck.
They're in 6th grade.
Yeah, so they're 12.
Yeah, right.
That's rough.
Yeah,
I wasn't thinking about sex in grade 6.
neither was I.
I'm barely thinking about it now.
What if they make the sequel to Boss Baby called Horny Baby?
Now that I'm into.
Yeah, that's good. That's fun.
Yeah.
I reckon it would be easier for a baby to get laid than a 12-year-old. Because I reckon a
explain
baby,
the logic.
a
Yeah.
baey,
Well, the boss baby, 'cause
if
he's
you
a
were like a
CEO.
super
Yeah, he's in a position of
intelligent
power.
baby,
Right, like a Stewie Griffin type.
Right, exactly. You could get into a situation. Never mind. Anyway, it's not important. But in a movie world, I reckon it'd be easier to get away with that because it's more absurd.
Okay.
Do you know
in
what I
movie
mean?
world?
Yeah, in movie world,
Like
the
a
theme
film
park.
about a horny baby is less on the nose than a horny 12-year-old. Because a
Right.
horny 12-year-old, you're like, I guess they are. But a horny baby,
Yeah.
you're like, definitely a baby's not.
I think a horny 12-year-old, you'd be thinking like, this is weird, just enjoy your youth while you have it. In a couple of years,
Yes.
you're going to have to be worrying about this stuff. But a horny baby is so ludicrous.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so far away from that age that it's like, I can kind of get down with this. This
Yeah,
is kind of
Exactly.
weird.
Well,
yeah.
like a boss baby.
Yeah, exactly.
The idea of a baby being a boss is patently ridiculous.
Yes.
But a 12-year-old boss, you're
maybe
like,
if-
well,
If, like, Baby's Day Out, he was just crawling around to different girls to
Yeah.
fuck.
sure. Or if again, same thing, where if it was 12-year-old's day out, you'd be like, I guess they got out of the house. Like, you probably
Yeah,
shouldn't
for
be
a
walking
walk,
around on
but
your own at 12, but
It's, yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Go ride your bike
It's
or
a bit
something.
like
Yeah.
sad because it speaks to some like things not being right at
Yeah,
home versus like
yeah.
a hilarious caper.
Yeah.
What about
I guess Stand By Me is 12-year-old's day out.
that's true.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
If you were going to do
And it is sad.
Nah, it's funny.
It's
It's
you know.
heartwarming.
Yeah, well, it's melancholy.
That bit
It's
where
funny.
Kiefer Sutherland tries to bash him up is hilarious.
Sure.
what a great film.
It is a great film.
If you were making the horny baby, would you make him? Is it a follow-on from the boss baby? So he's been a boss and now he's learning to be horny, or would you do? Or what about this? Would you do it? Boss baby presents horny baby.
Boss
Absolutely.
Baby presents Horny Baby.
I reckon a boss baby, you'd be so stressed out with your corporate job, you're not really trying to fuck.
No.
You're just trying to get your work done.
And it would never be like explicitly sexual. It'd just be like the eyebrow raise kind of, hey, I'm sipping my milk slow type of horny baby. You
Or
know
it's
what I
more
mean?
like you get away with it as a film because he never successfully. He's
of course
trying
not.
to, so
Sure.
he's never successful.
Yeah.
No.
It's all
Yeah.
just it's just him. It's just the pursuit of
Yeah, he's
and it's
pulling
never
out some
explicitly
roses and
said.
shit. He's like Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the least bit interesting. Like, that's why How I Met
To
Your
see
Mother
a
was a
baby
piece of
fuck.
shit
To have
fucking
this
show.
discussion.
Well, no, because like Barney Stinson was always like, hey, I'm horny and I fuck heaps. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, what a dull fucking character, suit wearing dick. That period of
hate
time
that
where
show.
people were into
Yeah.
that show and they were
Yeah.
like, suit up, everyone. Like, how about you fucking jump off?
People who love
a building.
suits generally are the most boring people.
Exactly. The TV show or the clothing.
Completely agreed.
He is such a bad character.
Barney Stinson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because,
agreed.
like, and I know that but just looking at it, it's like there's no way anything about this character. There's
Yeah.
no way he fucks.
In terms
There's
of
just no
character
way.
depth for
Yeah.
character depth for Barney's from 1 to 3,
Yes.
goes
Okay.
Barney Rubble, Barney Stinson, Barney the dinosaur.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
Those are the
Barney
three main
Barney
Barneys.
Gumble at the top
Barney Gumble number 1
Yeah.
Yeah.
with a
with a bullet.
Yeah.
bullet now.
Yeah.
Bunny Rubble.
We've played so many video games this week.
We really have.
Yeah.
Yeah. The most in, I'm going to say like a month.
Sure.
Heaps.
All right, well, let's do a little bit of news up the top here.
Yeah.
There's been a couple of things during the week. There was a Sony State of Play, one of their little online streaming presentations just today or yesterday.
Today,
Today,
yesterday.
our time, as we're recording this. Where
And then
they...
right after that was an Xbox one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't catch the Xbox one.
I was waiting for some interesting news to come out about it during the day. I'm still waiting.
Right.
I believe they talked a bit about their streaming Stadia, equivalent,
Oh, okay.
which is a thing. It's called like Project Xbox or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Where'd they come up with that name?
I don't know.
But the Sony State of Play, the big thing that they announced was a release date for The Last of Us Part 2, which is is it the 21st of Feb?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2020.
2020.
Project xCloud.
Right.
Yeah, launches public beta next month.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Interesting. I didn't look up any of the stuff for these two because partly I knew The Last of Us 2 was having another trailer and I just don't want to watch any more stuff.
Yep.
But
Same.
that got announced for a release date in the PlayStation 1 of February 21st.
Yeah, we just said that.
I literally just said that.
Just said
Well, how the fuck am I meant to listen and continue to read about the American Pie franchise at the same time?
Yes, Feb 21, 2020. Knox and I were talking before the show. There's a fuckload of, or in my opinion, there's like 3 huge games at the start of next year.
Yeah, Cyberpunk,
Final Fantasy 7.
Final Fantasy 7 Remake,
This.
And then very different vibe, but Animal Crossing is March.
Yes.
Just in terms of like heavy hitters.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different tastes being catered to at the start of the year. So yeah, I watched the release date reveal trailer for Last of Us Part 2.
Yep.
And yeah, probably wise to avoid it. It's pretty spoilery.
Yeah, I'm glad
it's kind
I
of a
didn't
weird
watch it.
trailer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't quite get what they're going for with what they chucked in there.
Right. Because the previous ones they had, or the previous one that I saw had a cutscene. It had a character in it. Mm-hmm. It had some fucking violent stuff going on. But it was sort of like unclear when it was in the game.
Totally.
Yeah.
They yanked a random scene out of the middle or something.
Yeah.
It looked like, and it looked like it was from towards the start of the game as well.
Yeah,
At least
yeah.
the cutscene bits.
Yeah.
Just because it was relatively peaceful.
Was that the one that was intercut with her?
Yeah. It was the dance.
Yes.
And then the violence in the car park.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
Which was great. And yeah, definitely know we're going to play that. So no frame by frame fucking analysis of that one.
Yeah.
It's a weird one for them to like feel like they have to pull out these, pretty full on narrative beats in a trailer. It's like, who are you winning over with this?
Yeah.
But it looks good. But again, it looks exactly. Close your eyes and picture The Last of Us Part 2 and you've probably pictured exactly what the trailer is.
Yeah.
Cool. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
There was a few other games. There was one called Humanity that there was a trailer for, which looks like Lemmings, which
Cool.
I'm into. Yeah, I read this really like sort of intellectual description of the game by one of the developers. It was like, we wanted to look at the way humanity as a mass responds to, and it's like it's Lemmings. It's Lemmings. You've made Lemmings, and that's
Just
cool.
be honest.
Yeah,
We made Lemmings.
Yeah.
Lemmings is sick and it's overdue a comeback.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy that that kind of game hasn't existed, especially in the era of like touchscreen game. It was such a pain in the ass to like move the thing around the screen and click on the lemmings and get them to do things. Like now with being able to just like hit the screen all at once, like could be cool.
Yeah.
I'm assuming there probably are those sorts of games out there as well, but they're just not great.
Yeah.
Someone
Right.
would have
Catch
gone,
on.
we're making more Lemmings.
Yeah.
And I mean, they did that in the 90s and fucking drowned that series in itself.
Yeah.
I wonder what is the state of the Lemmings IP in 2019?
That's a great question.
If it's just
Because who was the original developers? Were they someone that like turned into a big
Yeah.
company maybe? Like
I want to say like Psygnosis or something back in the day was publishing them.
It was like, was it not the company that turned into Rockstar?
I mean, everyone's been bought by everyone at some point. Like these days, the answer is probably Disney or
Yeah,
something
true.
like that.
Yeah, we are getting pretty close to there being just like 3 companies.
DMA Design, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
right.
That's Rockstar.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
How about that?
And Psygnosis was the publisher.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I feel like we talked about that when we did our Bandcamp
On Grand Theft
episode
Auto,
about
yeah.
That
Grand
makes
Theft Auto on
sense.
Rockstar.
It's funny how information could go into your head and then out of the other end of the head. What else was in this presentation?
I didn't watch the whole presentation.
I knew
I
it.
just watched the.
In one head and out the other.
Yeah.
I just watched the trailer.
Right.
There's a Death Stranding PS4 Pro,
Oh yeah.
which I saw. I'm not going to buy.
Does it have that fucking weird skull helmet astronaut thing on it?
Totally.
Damn.
Yeah.
No, it's got like a weird handprint on it.
Oh, does it?
I think
It's like grey, isn't it?
it's
Wow.
like
They've really
it's
thought
like-
outside of the box with that one.
Yeah.
It's like black with a white silhouette on it.
Oh,
and
okay.
and like a special controller that's kind of gold colored, but then I think the
Yeah.
bottom of it is like see through and it's got like a little baby in it or something.
Ah.
Looks pretty.
What kind of
horrific.
baby are we talking? Like,
A
is this
horny baby or is it?
Maybe that's the point of the game. We've seen a lot of, kind of embryonic imagery in the trailers of that game.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's a big reveal. You free that embryo,
baby keeps just like tugging on Norman Reedus's little goatee thing, being like, "Hey, get me out there. I want to find some poontang."
Yeah, so it's white with black handprints on it. The Death Stranding title printed on the side is cool. I love that font.
No, none of all of the like branded sort of limited edition kind of consoles and stuff. Anything you're gonna have for quite a while, you get sick of it at some
I
point.
find it so
Yeah, I
strange.
would never
A
buy
console
one.
branded with one game, I've always
Yeah.
found
Yeah.
a bizarre thing. Even if you love the game, it's just, I don't know.
Great thing to do is look through like eBay or whatever at old like PS1s and all the stickers on them where it's like Worms Armageddon.
Yeah, yeah.
You're like, oh hell yeah, that's such a big sticker that'll never come off.
Well,
and it's always for like, yeah, oh, hell yeah, Tony Hawk 1.
so by the time, towards the end of the PS1's lifespan,
Yeah.
in my family, it essentially became mine. No one else was playing it. I was the one who was still getting games for it.
Right.
And I was still getting PlayStation magazines. And in one of the PlayStation magazines came a sticker set for the game, I believe it's called Apocalypse.
Oh, Bruce
starring
Willis.
Bruce Willis. And so it was like the full, the circular one for the top and the two side panel
Yep.
stickers.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm going to put these on my PlayStation. Did not own the game.
Yep.
And
I genuinely think I saw your PlayStation on eBay.
No-
There must have been more than one
No.
person who bought that magazine.
because I...
Let's
No,
not
wait,
say anything we
you
can't
might-
take back.
You might be. I immediately regretted it. Tried to
Yep.
peel it off. Went all fucked, obviously, immediately, and then was just stuck with it until many years later. I realized, you use like methylated spirits and eucalyptus oil, and it just comes right off.
Yeah.
So now I have a clean PlayStation, but for about 5 years, it was an embarrassment.
Those little fuzzy sticker
Yeah.
things.
I had almost the exact same experience with my Nintendo 64
Yes.
and a sticker set for Turok 2. Didn't have the game.
Great.
Had rented it and didn't particularly like the game.
Yep.
They were so
And-
gross, those stickers too,
Yeah.
because they would like always be on slightly ajar or
Yep.
whatever you'd say, skewed.
Askew.
Yeah, and
Yes.
so it was like the one for the 64 was basically one big sticker for the whole console.
And a separate little bit for the reset button.
Yeah. And so the pressure of having to like very delicately lower that down
Yeah.
and then I got a little bubble in it and it just similar thing. It drove me
Yeah.
insane. I was like,
I-
I reckon I could peel this back and like have another go. Nah.
That's why I don't
Brutal.
have screen protectors on any of my shit.
Yeah, me too.
I can't put them on right.
Yeah.
There's always one little fiber underneath or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And I looked it up, like, how do you get these on? It's like, just be in an environment with no dust. It's like, where do you live, motherfucker?
God.
No, you know what works though? Go into there's like shops that'll do it for you.
Nah.
Phone repair shops can do
They
it
do.
perfectly. Yeah.
I don't give a shit, though, enough to go somewhere.
I like
That's
knowing
that
my
is
screen.
your ethos to a T.
Yeah, I wasn't even listening to you. I just responded that way.
I like knowing there's nothing on it. It's just pure glass, right?
You've got a case on the back, though.
I withheld getting a case for years until I literally broke a phone from dropping it too much.
Yeah.
And now I just know that I have to have one.
I know.
Yeah.
It's really annoying. I don't like the look of them either.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're bringing stuff out still. They did some shit about that medieval game that's
Oh
coming
yeah,
out.
there's a
that
demo out today.
Fuck off that remake in particular.
I'm over remakes. I'm done with them.
Well, I would like to talk about one of the games.
Final Fantasy VII coming out soon.
Yeah.
Gonna be my favorite game ever.
One of the games we've all been playing recently as well is the Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening.
Yep.
So it's a Switch remake.
It
the
is.
Game Boy game from 1993.
3, yeah.
And it's full price. It is exactly the same game with kind of nicer art style,
Right.
That runs pretty shittily.
Doesn't it?
Like
I'm surprised you're not stuttering in this review.
I think this game fucking sucks.
Whoa!
I'm like kind of shitty about it as a product.
Right.
The game is still good.
As a toaster.
Yeah.
Toaster, it's failed.
Exactly.
Right.
Because the game is still, for a Game Boy game from 1993, 10 out of 10. It's a great Game Boy game
Yes.
that is 26 years old. It's not that good of a re-release. Like, I'm not into it.
Right.
I'm enjoying playing it because that Game Boy game is still good.
Right.
But everything about what this represents rubs me the wrong fucking way.
That's really interesting. I never played this game. Before Breath
Right.
of the Wild, had never played a Zelda game. Oh, save the first. I played it on, I don't know, emulated it or something.
Yeah.
Never played this, obviously. Never played Link to the Past. Any of those, those...
The classics,
the
yeah.
classics, the sort of top-downy, kind of...
So even like the one that you have gone in on extensively is such a reimagining.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
there's almost an argument to be made that you haven't played one. You know what I mean? Really,
Absolutely.
because it's like such a fresh start.
I think that's a fair take. I am loving this game.
Mm.
I think it looks beautiful. I love this like shiny, sort of weird, blurry at the edges toy
Tilt
world.
shifted.
Sort of.
It's,
Yeah.
I believe is the thing.
Yeah, I love how it looks. It
There's a
runs
good-
like shit. That absolutely is true. The interface is very Breath of the Wild-esque, which I love as well. Minimalist, but sort of cutely designed.
Sure.
The progression of the quests and the dungeons and shit is perfect for this kind of game. I got a review code, so I didn't have to pay for it.
Right.
I wonder...
But that is, I mean, you can't review it on that basis. Like, if
Sure.
we're reviewing it on, hey, if you can steal this game.
No, but in comparison to your legitimate criticism of it being maybe overpriced for what it is,
Right,
I
like-
can't personally judge that.
Yeah, but you can put yourself in the mindset of that. Give me $60. 70,
right.
more like.
Okay. But I've often been critical of remasters and remakes.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm the audience for this one.
Well, I get, but you're the audience for this one if you didn't know that it was like so easy to emulate any Game Boy game on almost any piece of hardware that exists these days.
Yeah.
Like it's taking the fucking piss, this thing.
Right.
It's
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It is 100% the same game.
yeah.
But I feel like when they announced it, just watching the little trailer, I was like, oh, this looks cool. I really like the style of this. Thinking, oh, but they'll have put some more stuff in there or whatever.
Right.
Which
And
they
then-
have done, and
and
it's
then-
shit.
Well, the chamber, but I would say that doesn't count. It is the same game.
But it's in
they
there.
haven't-
Like
yeah,
the
but-
big addition that they
yeah.
put in, the only thing that they have changed about this other than visually
Yeah.
and or with the presentation is like this thing that's not a bad idea. Like people have been saying Zelda Maker since Mario Maker came out or was announced, where like you effectively get that. You get Dampe, the little gravekeeper, tells you come around to his house, and you're like, oh, fucking all right. And then you go around there and you can build your own dungeons, sort of.
Right.
But it's only out of the rooms that already exist in the game. You can't place items and
Yeah.
objects around. You can just place rooms in a different order, which is fucking boring.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you can't share them properly. You can only share them with like people you take your Switch to the house of or something. You have to like
Yeah.
physically put it on a amiibo or something, I think, to share it
something
with someone
dumb
else.
like that. It's
Right.
a feature that may as well not have been in there. I
It's-
can't imagine anyone ever having any
Yeah.
kind of interesting time with
It's
this.
terrible.
Yeah.
It's just like putting like because the puzzles exist only in one specific room. So doing them in a remixed order adds nothing.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't quite get what they were going for.
Yeah.
But anyway, my point is like when it got announced, yeah, I was kind of a bit bummed that like, oh, okay, they're not adding anything. That's a shame. It's just like the same game. It would have been nice to see them kind of stretch it out or expand it. And I did kind of worry and wonder about that. But that was at the start of the year, and I think this is what I was expecting.
Right.
At least they're I mean, yeah, they're upfront about it. Like, they're not saying that there's going to be more in it and then there's
Sure.
not. Like, they have just said, this is the Game Boy game, completely remade.
For
and
the
it came
price
out,
of a full game.
Well, yeah, sure. And
That's
again, when they
crazy.
announced it, I did think like, oh, maybe this is just an eShop thing for $20, $30 or whatever. But I also think, yeah, I'm like you, Ben. I'm having a great time playing it. Like,
Yeah.
it does run. It's like pretty choppy at a lot of times, but
Which is crazy. Like, it doesn't
Yeah.
look good enough
Yeah.
for that to be...
That is confusing to
Or,
me.
like, complex enough for that to be the case.
Yeah.
my guess would be
Every
maybe
time
it's
you go
the-
in and out of different areas or buildings, it'll, like, just crawl for a few seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Yeah.
And to the detriment of the game, when literally your only sell on this is we've made the presentation nicer, and in one really significant way you've made it heaps worse.
Yeah.
Then that's fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's weird that they didn't work out a way to get that running. My guess it's the lighting. It seems like
Yeah.
the lighting is probably the thing that's because there's this thing that I was going to say before. Someone shared a thing not long after it got announced of like what it actually like the way they've got the tilt shift thing looking like what it actually looks like if you look at it from above or like and it's great. It's worth looking
Right.
up because it looks all fucked up. Like
Right,
the
right.
way that it's actually anyway.
Because it's just like soft focus at the back and then a blur filter down the bottom, right?
Something.
And
like
they've got
that.
weird little multiple light source things where it's almost like to add to the diorama effect because there's shadows coming from like in world stuff like the sun, but there's a constant shadow as though you're just sitting there with a lamp,
Right. Yeah.
which is effective.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it makes your brain, but like when that's going at 20 frames a second or whatever every 40 seconds
Yeah.
less,
Yeah.
that's so weird.
Yeah.
And like really distracting.
Yeah.
It's weird though because I noticed it really quickly. I was like, wow, this is pretty full on. Like this is pretty egregious. And I generally go into things like wanting to see the best in it. But so I would say my experience has been at the extreme end of the scale. But then in looking around, like in our group and in like other Facebook and chat groups of like people talking about games, there's some people that are like, I genuinely haven't noticed anything. It's crazy to me that someone can be playing it and absolutely not notice it at all.
Yeah.
But that's some people's experience. But I don't know, man. Like I am having a really good time with it. I think it speaks to the quality of like, good design is good design. Like
Sure,
I
I agree
kinda
with that.
think
I
it's a
think the
shame
game
that-
itself is still good.
yeah.
Yeah.
If it were on that like thing that you get for free with the online subscription,
Right.
and they put Game Boy games on there, then like sick, this is still a great game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're charging full price for a bad remake of it. Like
Yeah.
a not very well done remake where like the model stuff looks cool as conceptually, but it does have the effect in this game particularly of making it seem really small. It makes the whole game seem like it's in this tiny little cramped enclosure, which like it was,
It is, yeah.
but
I
on
would
the
agree
Game
with
Boy,
that.
it kind of doesn't feel like that. So for that, it takes away some of that adventure thing for me.
I would say the stuttering, I'm noticing it a lot. I wouldn't say it's particularly bothering me. I wouldn't say it's making the game any worse. I'm
not-
noticing it, but it's not ruining
yes.
it for me.
I agree. I'm not sitting there going, this is annoying. I'm just
not
noticing
like,
that
yeah,
it's
I'm not
happening.
dying because of it.
Well,
like
no.
I'm not.
Yeah.
It's not that type of a game really
Yeah.
where it could affect it in that way. It's just it's shitty when like that's literally all they've done to it is upgrade it visually.
Yeah.
And with the music and stuff, which
Yes.
is good. Like the music is all
the music's
really good.
really great. Yeah.
It's
The music's
fully
fantastic. Yeah.
recorded and stuff.
It's like the only way to stop this from happening, and I think I agree. It's like if you're going to release this and make people pay the money of a full game for this, it should be seamless.
Yeah.
But it is a good game, and people are going to buy it, and no one's going to learn their lesson.
yeah.
I know.
Like it's
and
going to make
yeah.
money, and they'll do it again. Is it getting slammed critically for these issues? I don't know that it is.
I don't think it is.
Yeah.
No, yeah. It's got a pretty solid rating on Metacritic.
Yeah.
Like it, I think a lot of outlets have just gone like, yeah. And I mean, but
But
it's almost
also
like
stupid.
But it's almost like
that's what
yeah.
I'm saying. It's like if it's for a specific group of people who never played it, have a Switch,
Yeah.
and don't mind about frame rate issues, then those people can buy it and enjoy it.
Yeah.
But for the greater audience of gamers and for the industry and for future remakes, it would be better if no one bought it and Nintendo were like, oh, sorry, we'll make a better one next time.
Compare
Yeah.
this even to other remakes and remasters and whatever that have come out in the last couple of years. If you put this up against like the Crash and Spyro ones,
Totally.
Yeah.
that included 3 games at once,
Yep.
brought the visuals up, had it running nicely.
Like Crash Team Racing, it runs perfectly.
Yeah.
And a game like that has to. So
Yeah.
they worked hard on it, I guess.
And they added stuff to it. They brought in like the sequel games courses from that. They put effort into it,
Yeah.
and then kind of fucked it up with all the auto microtransactions and stuff.
But that's the problem. I mean, that's in terms of like saying that it sucks that remakes and remasters and again in film and stuff as well, like sequels and everything dominate so much of popular culture now. Like I agree, it's a bummer, but at the end of the day, it's just it's kind of a moot point. It's just the world we live in. That's just that.
Yeah, but if something's wrong with the world you live in, you don't just shrug about it. I'm an activist. I'm the Greta
Yeah.
Thunberg of the video game world, and I would like to say that you, Nintendo, have failed my generation of people who were around when the original came out.
Yes.
But I don't know. I mean, you've got this, and then you've got. We're all looking forward to it, but the Final Fantasy VII remake, there's an argument to be made that that's like, what, a quarter of a game, a third of a game coming out at full price?
Possibly,
And
we don't even really know.
big graphical update to it and everything, sure, but the fact remains that it is the bulk of a gaming experience gutted after that amount of time. Like, it's kind of the same thing. Like
That one's more interesting to me, I guess, in a way, because it's a proper remake. Like they are.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's not literally
Yeah.
reskinning.
It's A Star Is Born or whatever, where they do.
Yeah.
It's the same movie, but it's a new version of the movie.
Yeah.
That. That is at least a new product.
Yeah, the issues with that are more likely to be it's not enough
Yeah.
game initially.
With something like this, like I don't know, there's no reason you shouldn't be able to push a button and have this flip back to the Game Boy version. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because you are doing the same sort of shit. I
Yeah.
mean, it doesn't have just the 4-way movement. Now you can do 8. Whoa.
Yes.
But like, it's the same exact game, and just the level of what they've done with the remaster here, despite the art assets and the music being nice, it doesn't come together in a way that I think is in any way a good proposition over playing the original game.
Yeah, I would.
For probably, you can get that officially on like a 3DS or whatever, cheap for like $5.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, for me, I enjoying the art style of it enough. I like all the like upgrades to it. I think the stuttering is a bummer, but it's not impacting it negatively for me, really. Like other than just going like, oh yeah, every now and then.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
It's just that had one job type feeling, you know what I mean?
Sure,
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah.
saying for me personally, I'm more glad that this exists than if it didn't. Like I'm
Right.
glad to, because sure, like I could get it on a 3DS or whatever and pay the whatever it is on there or
Yeah.
emulate it, but
But
I'm
you
never
didn't.
I'm never going to do those things because
Sure.
it's like, oh, it's a fucking. I don't want to sit there and look at a Game Boy game. I kind of can't be fucked. Like I probably
Yeah.
wouldn't make my way all the way through it. Like I'm loving this.
If
I'm having a
anything,
really
looking at
fucking good time with
A
it.
Game Boy game is easier to look at. There's
That's true. There's
fewer pixels
small
there.
pixels.
I'm
yeah.
essentially in the same boat. I never would have gone back and emulated this game, despite us doing a whole fucking Zelda Bandcamp where I learnt about all of these games
Yeah.
and was like, okay, that sounds interesting. That sounds good. I'm playing this because it came out on the Switch and it looks nice now. And I'm
Yeah.
enjoying it. I'm glad that it exists.
Well, and the big shame of it too is like I was reading up about it during the the week it came out, and so it got released on the original Game Boy, and then it got re-released on the Game Boy Color
Yeah.
a few years after that. And when they re-released it on the Game Boy Color, they added a new dungeon that was all kind of color-based puzzles.
Right.
And so it is frustrating, and I think a bit of a bummer and a missed
Is that
opportunity.
not in this?
It is, yeah.
Oh, it is.
It's
okay.
hidden, yeah.
Yeah, right.
I think it's a bummer and a missed opportunity that they, the first time they remade it, they went, okay, well, we've got this new hardware to play around with.
Yeah.
Let's put something in there that is unique to this new version. And it's
They have
given
done
that's
that.
kind of a precedent, it's kind of annoying that they didn't go,
They have
okay,
done
well,
it.
we'll add another new dungeon.
Well, but
Yeah.
they've done a different, worse feature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hence another point for this being a bad remake.
Yeah.
Like if this had been this and A Link to the Past and 1 and 2 or something, chuck a bunch of shit in there, then it's what. But it just doesn't even measure up to what I think is still the relatively
Low bar.
not low, but like uninteresting or not worthwhile.
Right.
Not particularly valuable bar
Yeah.
that is there for remakes at this point. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
sure.
pointless, I guess.
Right.
But I definitely am of the type of person where like I definitely can go back to older things and enjoy that and like doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
So-
It's true. You do play, more old stuff than
Because
I
it's still
have a
good. Like it's the
tendency to.
exact same game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm having a good time with it. I think it's a great remake. Like,
I think philosophically, I agree with Knox, and would be happy to more with games that I had played already or wasn't enjoying. But I'm enjoying playing this, so I'm a hypocrite.
yeah,
Well, like the Medieval remaster is maybe a time where we can go back to this conversation about
Sure.
pointless, valueless remakes.
Yeah. Which people still fucking lap up because they...
'Cause it's nostalgia.
I don't understand. Yeah.
It's nostalgia.
But yeah. But you
Imagine-
already played it.
But look, when someone colorizes a photo of their dead grandma and they're like, "Oh, boo-hoo." It's like, fucking get over it, mate.
Add
Yeah.
some
She was
fucking-
black and white.
Add
Just
an extra dungeon in there or something.
yeah. Having a touch an amiibo on it. Yeah, it is still a good game though. There's no reason not to enjoy the game. It's still really
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
It's not it's just what it is as
A product.
a product that is poor to me.
Right.
yeah,
Yep.
They're charging way too much for it. If this was $20, I wouldn't have the same issues with it. But the fact that it is coming out here alongside big shit,
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway, speaking of remakes, I've been playing Borderlands 3.
Oh, meow.
I'm bitchy today. I don't know what's going on,
You're
but I
bitchy every day.
I got a
Yeah.
little bit of fire in
You
my
are bitchy every day.
pants.
You said that the other week when you were talking about lock. I think I said this on the air, but you were talking about you'd locked your keys in the house,
Oh,
and you
yeah.
were like that put you in a really foul mood. And honestly, there was no difference. From the outside looking in, it was just the same guy.
Yeah.
Same grumpy Gus. Anyway, Borderlands 3, a game I've refused to play because I don't think I'll like it.
Sure. Well, have either of you played any of the other Borderlands games?
Played the first one.
Yeah, I played a bit of the second
Right.
and tapped
Okay.
out pretty quick. That fucking little robot cunt who's your little friend just annoyed the fuck
Yeah.
out of
Hey,
me.
I'm right here.
What did you think of one?
I didn't mind it, but I didn't find it interesting enough to persist with. I played a
Sure.
few missions, got a few guns. it was
You're a
fine.
big Destiny fan.
Yeah, I like Destiny. Yeah.
It's pretty much Destiny.
In what way? You shoot people, play missions, and get guns?
Yeah.
I think I didn't like the aesthetic. I think that was a
Sure.
big part of it.
It looks okay. This one, like, it's the same sort of cell shaded stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
I think if this game didn't have any audio, it'd be a lot better.
Right.
Weirdly as well.
I think
or like
that was
text.
also an issue for me. Yeah.
So if you've never played a Borderlands, it's been what 2012 was when 2 came out, and then there was that pre-sequel one that other people made.
Yep.
But it's so similar.
Right.
It is completely straight up and down Borderlands 1 and 2 again, which is fine because the shooting feels nice and the loop of getting a new weird gun, shooting people with it for a little bit and getting a new weird gun to upgrade to is fun.
Sure.
It's moving around in a car in the environments that you go to in Borderlands is still fun.
Right.
It is interrupted by bursts of pretty bad, not bad. The writing's not as bad as a lot of video games. It's just it misses the mark often.
Right.
And then you have to hear the worst writing again and again. Like when you shoot bandits or whatever, they'll die, obviously.
Okay, I'm following so far.
And then
This game sounds sick.
a lot of
Never played anything like it.
a lot of the time they'll say a little line, you know, as they die.
A little quip.
Fuck my ass, you hear them a lot.
Yeah.
Like the number of times and
Get
it's
a load
all
of the killing machine over here.
yeah, dude, I actually hear it quite a lot. You wouldn't want to know how much. But
Got the Tool album blasting. You got a bit of Fear Inoculum on in the background while you're on this rampage.
there's only and to give you an idea of what sort of thing it is, the one that for whatever reason is sticking in my brain is the one I've heard the most is tell my kids I wish they'd been born.
Oh,
it's stuff like that where a lot of them are quite bad jokes. And there have been a few where I've gone like, that was an okay joke.
Yep.
There have been times in there. Yes. I don't want to be completely like, it's not funny because at times it is.
Okay.
Say what you will about the remake from 1993. At least there's none of that kind of dross in there.
Oh, I don't know. But anyway, it's grating a lot of the time because it's always on.
Yeah, okay.
The game is constantly trying to be funny.
It does seem pretty in your face.
Yeah.
For all of their marketing, it's a little obnoxious. That's definitely what is part of what turned me off the whole series.
It's got
like we talked about the fucking the finger to the head, all that marketing shit.
Yeah.
It's like it's a little edgy.
I'm trying. It is. It's a little like YouTube guy who's made his own version of Rick and Morty.
Oh,
do you know what I mean? Like an animation that's poorly done, and it's like about a swearing cool guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure. I do know the vibe you're going for.
It's hard to think of an actual kind of direct comparison, but it's grating.
I've got very, very foggy memories of the little bit that I played of 2, but that's the thing that stuck out to me. I was like, oh, this is just...
Well, and in 2 it was worse than it was in 1, I feel like. In 1 it was like a little bit like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like 1 was a little more restrained and a little more...
Yeah, my memories of 1 and why I didn't like it are not really to do with that aesthetic stuff. In terms of the writing, it's more like visually I didn't find it that interesting.
Right. I think this one looks nice, at least.
Right.
Like, it's not that huge of an upgrade from 2. At first glance, to be fair, I haven't gone back and directly, you know. So it probably is. But also, it runs like fucking shit.
Right.
Which
Is this going to happen to every game that comes out in the next 6 months? Like, we're at the end of a console generation.
Maybe, but I can't personally perceive the huge upgrade from the earlier games. Like, Control ran pretty badly. This runs pretty badly. Fucking Zelda runs badly. Like, well, but then again, Breath of the Wild did too, I guess.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know what it is that's doing it, but yeah, there's like, I'm on the 1X, so you've got either a performance mode, which is meant to be a faster frame rate, but it's at like 1080p, so it looks shitty.
Right.
On like a big TV. If you've got a 1080p TV, then Hachimama, go for it.
Yeah.
But then there's a 4K mode, which actually has a more stable frame rate, even though it's lower. But it's not. It's weirdly bad, and it's just a little plain in the way that Borderlands games are, where you're doing the one thing again and again, and then you're getting this peppering, or not even a peppering, a fucking, you know, drink this whole bottle of Tabasco sauce of lame ass humor a lot of the time with bits that are funny in there.
Yeah.
It's better than saying it's not funny.
Yep.
But it's constantly trying to be funny, you know, and I can speak from experience that isn't a good thing. And like every joke that gets a 2 out of 10, if there's a joke that's a 7 out of 10, you remember the 2s a lot more than the 7s, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the 2s make you angrier and angrier, and the 7 doesn't relieve it. You just go like, oh yeah, you got away with that one. What's next?
Totally. If you see an open micer do a 5-minute set and they have one good joke, that doesn't make you like them.
Yeah, you're like, that was an accident.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play more of it because it controls well, and it feels refined and good in the same way that I think 1 and 2 both did.
Right.
I think 1 got off to a really slow start.
Yes, the tutorial thing with the robot takes fucking ages.
Well, and then there's like hours of like shooting the skags and all of that wasn't great.
I honestly don't think I got further than the boring slog of
Right.
one.
Because when it starts opening up and you get the weirder guns, it does get a lot more fun, and it is sort of built for co-op stuff as well, which I haven't really done with this one. Well, I haven't done at all with this one, but yeah, I don't know. It's if you liked either of the first two, you'll like this exactly the same amount.
Yeah, right.
Plus or minus 7 years of that
Yeah.
sort of, degrading, decaying. But other than that, I like if you didn't like one or two, there's nothing here.
Yeah,
probably.
yeah.
Fair.
And if you were actively turned away from them by the stuff like the writing and everything, which is so hard to switch off because it's like a big fucking crux that it really wants to shove down your throat, then yeah, it's not for you.
Yeah. Another thing that I think we've all been playing, Apple Arcade.
No,
did you
not
go in
me.
an Apple Arcade?
No, I
oh,
did
you
not.
didn't.
No.
Well, do you want to talk about that quickly, Knox?
I've been absolutely loving it.
Now I'm on record on this show as being a skeptic of this.
You dumbass.
I thought it was. Yeah.
I don't want 100 free games.
Yeah, I
That won't be good.
can't remember. I still think it's laid out kind of weirdly and whatever, but yeah, for the
I don't like that it's just in the App Store.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the only problem with it is it's like it's cool having this curated list of games, but really all that's doing is getting you away from the fact that the App Store is a fucking nightmare.
Right.
Purely because it's been around for so long. Like I was thinking about this during the week. I remember, getting an iPhone relatively early days and gaming on the phone at that scale was like pretty interesting and new and exciting, and there just wasn't that much stuff on the store. So you got on there and it was like Angry Birds was like a fresh and like cool thing. So it kind of felt curated in that way because only the studios that really had something good to do had like kind of bothered to get something together.
I remember the turning point when all of a sudden it was like, oh, there's like a million shitty games on here. It didn't used to be like that.
So I hope that a standard gets maintained here, and it's like if they're... Because basically, what you're paying for is just like you're getting rid of the chaff and it's just pure wheat.
Well, so it's $8 a month.
Yeah.
For anybody who doesn't know, it's only on Apple stuff, obviously, but right now it's just on iPhones, but it'll go over to everything
I think
soon.
at the end of the week it's on the iPad as well.
Right. And then Mac and Apple TV later.
Yep.
Yeah, $8 a month. You get a 30-day free trial, and it's like this list of, I think it's around 80 or something games at the moment.
Yep.
I might be a little over. And the rules that they put in place, though, aren't necessarily to do with quality as much as you can't have microtransactions.
Okay. That's quality.
That's the biggest one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, there are a couple of duds. I've gone through a few of these.
Right.
Well, the stuff that
good and bad.
the only
What have
one
you
I've
played?
really played much of, or pretty much any of, is What the Golf.
Right, which everyone has been praising a lot, and that's the one that it's starting to tip me over into wanting to play.
Yeah.
Which again, if that was just on the store, that's probably one of the only things I'll end up playing on it. If that was on the store for just $2, I'd just buy that.
But it would have been like
Yeah,
5 or
yeah.
maybe even 8.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
It's a
Yeah.
really good value thing.
Well, it's coming out on other things, isn't it?
What the golf?
Yeah,
Probably.
I think it is.
Because, there's some weird... I haven't been able to really follow it because people have been cagey about it, but something's weird about the contracts they're getting people to sign to do this, where it's
Right.
like you get paid based on the number of people who play the game or something like
Right.
that. And then there's strange exclusivity clauses where it doesn't have to be exclusive, but it does for a certain amount of time, and it's different
Right.
for every game.
Because I think What the Golf was in the last indie presentation for the Switch, or one of them,
it's
like,
coming. It's
within the last
coming to the Switch if
year or
not
something.
already.
I mean, all of these games could and probably should. They'd sell there because
Yeah.
What the Golf especially is really great.
It's really good.
I think it might be out on the Switch.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
It's
it's saying available 2019. Maybe it's almost out.
Anyway,
it is
yeah.
December the 31st, 2019 now, so it would have to be out, surely.
It's it's great. It's so it's basically a golf game that starts off very straightforward. You kind of classic, like kind of pull your thumb back to get the amount of power that you want in the shot and to aim it. And then as it goes further and further, it starts fucking more and more with the form of what you're doing.
Right.
So I guess the first like kind of curveball that it really throws at you is there's a guy standing there lining up the shot, and so you line it back. You think you're lining him up to like hit the ball, and instead what you're doing is hitting him. You're hitting this guy.
Right.
Just flinging him.
Of course,
Right.
yeah. And so typically there's a bunch of courses kind of all grouped together, maybe 5 of them, and they start off relatively straightforward, and then by the end it's like you're shooting a house at the hole and stuff like that.
And it'll go really weird with it. It's like almost WarioWare sort of thing where like it's you don't really know what's going to happen when you do the first one of a set. Like they'll have the different flags, and then there's 3 different types you can do on each flag. Did you know that?
What?
That you can go back into the flag and do a second level in each one?
I knew that you could go back because I'm up to a point where you have to have gotten a certain score on all of them to unlock this next gate.
Because I went through for a while without knowing that. Because you do the flag, you go past it, but then there's 2 more levels on each flag.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It doesn't really explain any of that stuff to you.
No, you just kind of have to figure everything out for yourself.
There's one really good group of levels that are all video game themed. So it's like one of them's Mario, so you're kind of hitting the ball, kind of having to dodge enemies, and so it's like 2D perspective, and you hold the phone on the side.
Yeah.
Then there's one that's like Flappy Bird. It's a legitimately funny game.
It sounds very creative.
Seeing the next thing that's coming up as well, like you want to keep going. It's very Moorish or whatever in that way, because you really want to know what the next idea it has, because all the ideas are pretty inventive, and it just does them and gets rid of them.
You're talking about the style of like Borderlands in terms of its humor being a bit, a bit grating and a bit corny or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Whereas this is like very elegant, very refined, very simple, just like you go into a level and it's like, oh, it's golf, but you're doing Mario Brothers. That's funny. It's kind of, it's just done in such a simple way that it's not...
The music's fucking annoying, and you can't listen to music on your phone.
Yeah, I don't
it will drown out. It will like turn off your music that you're playing.
Okay.
Yeah, and like when you mess up a shot, it'll go, what? Again and again, and I don't know why I keep listening to it.
Yeah, I don't find that stuff to be that much of a problem in mobile games, because I'm typically, if I'm playing them, going to be on the train. I probably would be wanting to listen to music though. Anyway, that is annoying.
And you can't even do it on the one little fucking thing that you've got. It's a little buggy for me. It's crashed out a fair few times. Yeah. I like couldn't finish a level.
Yeah, right.
Because it would crash out every time I did something, which is a bit annoying. But yeah, I like it. It does have like it'll do a little thing at the end of every level where it'll say like golf or whatever, and that sort of stuff is just a little bit like huzzah,
Sure, okay.
Yeah, but it's often like a little reference to what the level was.
It is.
So the Flappy Bird one is like you get to the thing and it says Flappy. It's a little reminder of what the thing was going for. Right, or whatever it is.
It's cute, and it's annoying in that way of a cute, annoying thing sometimes. Does that make sense?
What you're saying makes sense, but I don't agree in this particular case.
Just like someone trying to be cute in an internet comment where they'll go like, I do all the things or whatever.
I personally don't
It's got that type of tone, but every type of tone
I don't really feel
annoys
like it's
me.
doing that, but yeah.
It's clear.
So
it sounds really fun. I want to play it. And
it's a very fun game.
I might just get on the Switch though, because I don't know that I will ever play a mobile game long enough for it to be worth buying.
But you get a free month. Just like sign up and then cancel
You don't buy it. That's the whole point.
Okay.
The other ones I've played.
I also would prefer to play it on a TV.
I would be interested to see how it translates into being on a TV.
You can literally play it with a controller as well. You can connect a controller to your phones now, to Apple phones, and
then
to the
AirPlay
Apple TV. No, and on Apple TV as well.
Oh, yeah.
Or just on the screen or AirPlay. Yeah,
Screen's too small. Can't play a game on a phone.
Yes, you can.
Nah.
It's like designed for the phone as well, because you kind of got to tilt the phone sometimes.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how it works when it's on a console.
Yeah.
I mean, probably... I mean, if you handheld Switch, you can do that.
Yeah.
Because it's not like relying on gyroscopes, but the Switch does have that.
Maybe
there'll probably be a button to just...
Formatted.
Gyroscope?
All the levels will just be formatted differently. I guess you won't need to...
have big black borders.
Yeah.
I played a game called Battle Sky something.
Sounds
Hardened.
good.
I'm going into it to see the full name. I really hated this one.
Right.
It's Battle Sky Brigade Harpooner.
Ugh.
It's one of those ones where you're like sort of they used to be the Flash games where you fling a penguin as far as you could, and then you get some objects, and then you'd upgrade it.
Yeah.
It's that.
Yeah.
But you're going up and doing like this sort of scrolling shooter thing, and then collecting some coins on the way back and trying to get further. I really don't like it. It's not well made at all to me. One called Bermuda, which is a little kind of puzzle-ish game sort of thing, where you go to these little different islands and have to do sort of environment puzzles where you look at something weird and then touch it, and then it does something at the level and you've got to figure it out.
Right.
I'm not loving that one because there's object hunting that is really irritating. Just tiny little sparkly orbs that you've got to look all around this fucking level for.
Right.
And tap on, and it's just not doing it for me. What about you, Tommy?
I've played a little bit of one called Assemble with Care.
Right.
I just kind of Googled and found some random article that was like, here's the best one. So I was like, okay, I'll just get a bunch of these.
Yeah.
It got... I haven't even made it past the very introductory thing. In the article, it was like, it's kind of a puzzle game where you're having to like reassemble these kind of, like a broken radio and stuff. And it was put forward as like, oh, it's got really interesting kind of aesthetics and everything. So I started playing it, but it's got this kind of story set up at the start where you're this girl that's gone on a vacation, and it's just got this kind of annoying intro where it's like kind of visual novel and a girl narrating going, so I ended up on this vacation, just that really, I don't know, it's just something about that style. It's very overdone of like just a long thing of someone narrating and setting up this thing. I was like, I just want to play this fucking puzzle game. I don't really care about this story, and had that kind of sentimental music under it. It's like, I don't want a fucking puzzle game to tug at the heartstrings. Thanks. I just want to sit on the train and fucking
sincere indie game aesthetic.
Yeah.
Another tone that I'm not into.
I'm over it. I'm really over it.
Yeah. I think it's only been done good in like Life is Strange or like Edith Finch. I didn't mind it because I think it did it well. It went a little further into that aesthetic. But yeah, generally I'm in the same boat as you guys.
So I didn't really persevere with that. One I did start playing that I thought was pretty cool was a game called Patterned, where it brings up a big pattern on the screen, and then there's little... So the pattern will all be in black and white, and then there's coloured little blocks that are almost like Tetris shapes down the bottom, the little segments of the pattern.
Coloured little blocks do almost sound like Tetris shapes to me.
Yeah.
So you have to work out where they sit in the pattern.
Okay.
So it's a very intricate pattern. There'll be like a lot of different stuff going on, and then you'll just have this tiny little kind of corner of it, which, because there's so many different repeating things you have to go. Like the one I was doing was like a whole bunch of hot air balloons and over a village. So you're having to go, okay, so this piece has the bottom of a basket, but there's also the top of a house in it. So where can I see on the screen where those things, and I think you're getting timed, and you're having to kind of, you've got like 8 of the little, you basically are having to recreate the pattern from the blocks that you've got down the bottom.
It's almost like a digital jigsaw puzzle, like an interesting way of doing that sort of thing.
Yeah, a jigsaw puzzle, but where you've got the kind of layout of it under there already. Yeah.
That sounds interesting. I might play that one as well.
Very calming, very... Yeah, super lo-fi, but all the patterns have all been designed by like they tell you at the start by like well-known, like they've gone and commissioned a whole bunch of them and stuff. Right. So yeah, that one I really, really enjoyed. That's called Patterned.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah,
there's a whole bunch of them. They're not organized in any particularly good way in the way that App Store on Apple stuff is.
Yeah, that's frustrating. Like if it's going to be its own thing, like I said, I had to Google this list and I
like
just
put it in
the first
genres and stuff. Surely,
we'll just go. You want this one? Hey, we're gonna. If you want, we can download 4 other ones as well that are similar.
Right.
Well, it's got genres as well. There's categories down the bottom of action, adventure, for beginners, multiplayer, platformer, puzzle, role playing. Like it does have that.
Okay.
And you can just see a big list of all of them. But then it's got the App Store stuff of just like start your journey, and then it's got a bunch of kind of adventure-y ones and things like that.
Right.
They said they're going to do regular updates, I believe. No like specific release schedule for these. But I'm looking at it now, and 2 more have come out on the 24th of September.
Okay.
Sonic Racing and Grindstone.
I played a little bit of the Frogger game.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I played Choo Choo Rocket. That was
is that
fucking
good?
sick. There's a new Choo
Yeah.
Choo Rocket.
Okay.
And it's like little puzzles rather than Choo Choo Rocket. I
Okay.
tried to do a multiplayer thing, but it couldn't find anyone.
Right.
But Choo Choo Rocket's back, baby.
Right.
Yeah, it's got its own little tab in the App Store. $8 a month, I think, is a fucking pretty good price for it.
Sure, yeah,
Yep.
if you're playing a bunch of games on it, yeah.
If you're whipping your phone out every time you're on the tram or taking a shit,
Yes.
if you're only using this on the toilet,
Yeah.
the 40 minutes a day that everyone needs to shit for, it makes it
If
worth
you work in an office.
I can see this being a thing though, where I get billed for it every month, and then go, oh, fuck, I didn't use it this month. I should just cancel that, and then me never doing it, and just realizing month after month, I'm just losing that $8 and playing no games.
Force
with it.
Yeah.
yourself to play every single one of them, like I'm trying to do.
I am looking forward to when it's out on the iPad. Like I got that big nice iPad.
Yeah.
The new my iPad at home is updating as we
Your
speak.
home iPad.
My home iPad. Yeah,
It's called a laptop.
the window of my building. Yeah, it's all right. I'm like an Apple Arcade.
There's a couple of iOS things that they've changed that you had to upgrade to in order to get this Apple
Oh,
Arcade.
iOS
Yeah.
13.
That I'm not into.
That I
really
have.
annoying
That
me.
I do have.
Yeah.
I like it. What don't you like about it?
The emojis being unchangeable from in your text message thing. If you go into emojis,
Yes.
there's the big section of emojis on the left.
Oh, yeah, that's a bit lame.
That's
isn't it?
annoying.
Yeah.
It's very annoying.
It's hard to explain, but
Just use less emojis.
They're under my frequently used as well, and I've never used the
So
big
it's a-
pink
it's a
unicorn
lie.
swearing.
It's a lie, and
Yeah.
that's what you're... Okay.
it's hard to explain, but the thing where you're just where you go to select if you've typed something out,
Yes.
just the way that you kind of you can hold over the text and kind of hover the cursor.
They
over.
did change that,
That's
didn't they?
changed.
Yeah.
The handling of that has changed heaps. And
Yeah, I
it's
don't
Really?
like that.
You just
Yeah.
get
Because I've been getting annoyed with that too, especially
Yeah.
in okay.
you
fuck.
just, that stuff
did
becomes
change.
second nature over time, and it's like taking me just like a little bit longer every time I want to highlight something and copy it or whatever
Yeah.
it is.
What
It's
do
really
you
fucking
mean?
irritating.
Like when you're using the keyboard, like the
When you're
holding
trying to
down
go
on the
back
keyboard?
through and change a letter or something, you used to be able to hold down, you'd have a little cursor appear, you move it left and right.
Yeah,
the
you can
cursor doesn't appear anymore.
Yes,
And
it does.
No, not for me, it doesn't.
Something about the way it handles and moves around has changed enough that it's like
It's the 3D
It
touch
trips me up.
stuff. Hold down the space bar.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I still got 3D touch because I got an iPhone 8.
Yeah.
Hold down the space bar. Try it
Okay.
now. I want to see it happen live. I want to see if this is fixing your problem.
Okay, so I'm going to go into...
We're doing a live tech update, everybody.
I'm going to do it in our chat in case I send it by accident.
Well, you don't need to type stuff.
Yeah, you do, because you have to, it's searching throughout what you've typed already.
But you could look. I'm moving it around up there without much typed in there.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah, you got to hold down the space bar.
Well, that's better than it was before.
That was the way it always used to be as well.
No, but I'm also I'm talking about like selecting bits of words and stuff. You know, the little box would come up that you could drag across. This is so boring. Anyway, it's been annoying me. Something's changed and
No,
it's
you're right.
rubbing me the wrong
That
way.
is different, but this is doing what I want it to do, and I'm happy now. And that's all that matters.
All right, so a game that we actually have all been playing
Yes.
is Untitled Goose Game.
Yes.
An
Australian game.
Melbourne game, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn.
Weird turning on a video game and seeing the film Victoria logo was one of the first things.
Yes.
We could literally shout this guy out if we just put our heads outside of that window
Yeah.
and yelled loud enough. This guy'd be able to hear us.
Yeah.
Let's follow him around and take stuff off of him.
Well, nick his keys and his hat.
Is it one guy? Am I right about that?
I
Or am
believe
I
it's
don't-
one guy, and then people doing the music was separate.
Oh, really? I thought it was a small team.
Oh, really? Maybe
Yeah.
it is. It's definitely was created by one guy, and maybe
I saw something go around about how the idea of it came from a group chat at their work.
Right.
Someone just going like, "Hey, what if we made a game of this?" And they just put
Yeah.
a picture of a goose, and they were trying to be funny.
Right. It seems like more like that idea came from the one person who said, "Hey, how about this idea I just had?"
No, it takes another person to be like, yes, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
ideas are always made by two people. The person who comes up with it, the person who steals it. So
Yes.
sounds to me more like someone has tried to reverse engineer that story to be about them coming up with an idea that wasn't theirs.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
It's fun.
Yes.
I'm liking it.
I'm enjoying it a lot. I love the aesthetic, that style, that sort of blocky, big color block sort of style.
The little goose walk looks really nice.
Physics is really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun animation.
I love the music. speaking of which.
Yep.
I think it's great. It's
Very
just piano.
tasteful, very refined.
The game is funny because it's letting you make the jokes.
Yes.
Rake in a lake is already a joke.
Yep.
So if you don't know what it is, you're playing a goose, you walk around and you got to fuck with people.
That's basically it. You can run, you can hold your wings out, you can honk.
And you can pick stuff up.
Yeah.
And you can like bend your neck.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
duck.
Yeah.
You get a list of kind of for each new area that you go into, you get a little to-do list. And
Pretty vague things. Sometimes it'll say like,
Yeah, sometimes.
make the gardener wear a sun hat. These are just from the first level.
Yeah.
So they're not, and it doesn't explain what that means.
Or how to do it, obviously. Yeah.
yeah.
And then it would just say like, rake in a lake.
Yeah.
And you'd steal this
I mean,
rake and
those
you
are the
chuck it
most
in the
simple
lake.
ones where it's like, pick that up, put it in there. But
Yeah.
then
But
other
then
ones
he'll
you
be
have to kind
coming
of work
after
out.
you.
Like
You've
how
got to
to,
got to figure out how to distract him from it and all of that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not super complex.
Yeah.
No.
But the whole
there's
time-
enough of them where I'm just like, I've done every other one on the list and like running around just like, I don't, what do you mean? And then it'll click. And that's the most satisfying thing in a game.
There's
Yeah.
a dedicated button to honking.
Yep.
And it's fun.
It
is
is.
funny to just honk all the time while you're being an irritating goose.
Totally. When you're stuck and you just stand there honking, it's still fun.
And
Yeah.
if you pick up a little glass milk bottle and honk
Yeah.
into it, it'll sound different.
Yes.
If you pick up a radio and honk into it, walkie-talkie,
walkie-talkies? Yeah, yeah.
it'll go.
Yeah.
And like it's very simple. Because it is like a comedy game.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's letting you be in control of when the jokes happen. So the timing is to your tastes and the comedy is to your tastes.
Totally.
It's
I
how
think
to
I
do
need
it. Set up
to-
a playful environment and that's a comedy
I
game.
think I need to play it a little bit more because so far my enjoyment of it does not line up with what I've seen other people say about it.
Really?
Both in this room and online. I like it, but I just feel like I'm kind of playing a little tech demo at
Right.
the moment. I just haven't put enough time into it.
Sure.
Is the truth. I
Yeah.
kind of got caught up with other things I was playing.
I
I
think I did feel that way for the first, little bit, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour.
Right.
But I enjoyed, initially I was all in on the aesthetic and how silly it was. And then I sort of was just like, I'm walking around in circles here. I don't know what, I think I got trapped in somewhere. I was like, this is kind of annoying. And then I just got into it and I like it.
I loved it straight away. Pressing that honk button, running around, just being able to put your wings out, which isn't useful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just you being a cunt.
Yeah.
Like walking around being a little cunt goose.
Yes.
And he has this little personality because he's got his little goose
Yep.
waddle and everyone's getting pissed off at you. It's really fun.
Yeah,
It is.
the very first bit where you turn a sprinkler on and then you gain access to a new area, realizing that that's what it's going to be.
Yep.
Because I didn't really know anything about what the actual gameplay would be before I started playing it, and realizing like, oh, okay, yeah, it's like a little stealthy, puzzly kind of vibe. I am finding it weirdly. I think it's too zoomed in, like the camera.
You can zoom
You
out.
can
I know
zoom
you
out,
can, but
yeah.
it's like as the default. I'm finding that's really pushed in pretty tight. I got up to the
I am
next
finding
little
that
city
I'm-
bit. It's like, fuck, it's really hard because it's like you get this list of like do all this stuff, and then you're in this area, and it's like you don't have any I'm just but that's personal.
I do
taste.
like that where it just gives you these things and you don't know what they are at first and you're just kind of walking around figuring it out. And I think it's trying to do that to make you be playful with where you are.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Right.
just fucking with everything. I'm picking everything
Because there's no
up
like
and-
consequences. Nah. The worst thing that happens is you get chased around for a
Exactly. You can't lose. And that's
Yeah.
funnier. You put your wings out and you run.
Yeah.
Oh God. It just the honk button and shit. It lets you make your own fun in a
Yeah.
really enjoyable way.
I'm finding I am holding the zoom out button all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm finding it's a really interesting dynamic of I want there to be specific not goals because there are goals, but something that's pushing you more initially. Each time you go
Right.
to an area, it's too vague almost. But
I
I'm also
like
just
that.
learning to enjoy that.
Yeah.
And I am. Each time I've gotten into an area and settled into it and figured out the little loops, and what everyone sort of does and what I'm able to do as a goose,
Yeah.
I really enjoy it.
That's the thing. It's only 3 minutes of walking around playing with it, and I
Yeah.
think that's the thing. Is its way of trying to encourage you to be silly with everything because you don't know what you're doing. So at some point you're going to go like, oh well, fuck it, I'll just pick up this mop or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm into it. It's not particularly complex or whatever. Like
No,
it's pretty
It's very
straightforward.
peaceful, very meditative.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of a good one to just have on the back burner for like, I was playing a bit of Ni no Kuni and, a lot of complex kind of RPG systems. I was like, I'm a bit tapped out on this. I'm just going to put on the Goose for,
Yep.
I'm just going to do the Goose for 20 minutes. It's very like calm,
You've been
relaxing.
playing Ni no Kuni.
Yep.
That is Spain's most dangerous game. El Nino Kuni.
Oh. Oh boy.
Terrifying game. For
Oh.
Oh, God,
That's
heartburn.
good. I've been playing Gears 5 still and really enjoying it, but
Right.
also using Goose Game as a similar sort of break from that. Mm-hmm. Love this Goose Game. I think everyone who has a Switch should play it for sure.
It's only on Switch, right?
It's coming to the PC soon,
Right.
I think, as well.
Right.
Or it might be out there even already. Maybe not. I think it's on Switch first.
Yeah, I think they got a little timed exclusive thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gears 5, I finished that as well.
Right.
Don't like the writing or the story in that at all. Fucking shit.
Yep.
Less fun than the rest of the Gears games.
Right.
Still fine.
Yeah. It's good. I still recommend it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm middle it. We don't have to talk about this one, but I played some of the Call of Duty Modern Warfare beta.
Oh, yeah.
I'm assuming
Oh.
neither of you are interested in that.
Oh, I think I'll play it. Yeah.
It's fucking fun.
Yeah, I liked the original game that it's a remake of.
This one it's back to feeling like tough, quick Call of Duty.
Yep.
Fast shooting, and someone will die quick.
Yes.
Like it looks really, really nice.
Yeah, I've seen some trailers. I'm in. I think it'll be
This
fun.
is your granddaddy's Call of Duty.
Yeah. I'm gonna play it when it comes out.
Yeah, it's only out in like a month as well, so there's not too much to talk about with that. There was one new mode that I really liked. I think it's a new mode. I don't actually know, but I hadn't played it before. Where there's it's 5-a-side, and it's kind of like Counter-Strike, but you can revive your team members.
Right.
You got to go get a bomb and then plant it at the other team's base. If all of you die, you're dead. That's it. Or if the bomb blows up, you lose.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed playing that one.
That seems like a fun little mode.
It's
yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
And the Counter-Strike being able to revive people is great. There's a little bit of strategy added there, and do you watch where they all died so you can hunt out the next ones? Do you go and try to revive them?
Sure.
Because someone might be watching you, or do you try and plant this bomb? I'm really into this one, and I'm really looking forward to this one coming out.
Nice.
So prepare for me to be very disappointed in about 1 month.
The greatest remake of all time.
Well, I think that's it for another week.
Certainly is.
Thanks very much for listening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Lots to talk about this week. Head to filthycasuals.com.au. You can find the links to our socials.
Yep.
You can
We
also-
discussed video games this week.
We sure did.
And
That's what I
babies.
have to say. Yeah.
For a good 20 minutes.
If you want to support the show on Patreon, that is a thing that you can do. We put out an extra episode every week.
Yeah.
And we also have some premium episodes on our Bandcamp.
A whole
which,
bunch of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So check those out. filthycasuals.com.au. Guys, thanks very much for listening. We'll see you next time. As we say here at the end of every episode of Filthy Casuals.
Horny Baby 2. Horny Teenager, I guess it would be. That would be the sequel to Horny Baby. Strike that bit from out of the podcast. The whole Horny Baby talk.
Honk. There you go.